Hello Celtic fan. A sad piece of news has just emerged at Celtic Park, and the feeling of concern has taken over the club's corridors because an important revelation about the immediate future has surfaced suddenly, making it clear that the next few weeks will be decisive for the team's stability. Today we are talking about a situation that could deeply affect the squad, the planning and the expectations of the supporters, especially now that Celtic are in advanced talks to appoint their new long-term manager. Before we continue, leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the alert so you do not miss any urgent updates arriving about the boys. The situation involves critical positions, serious injuries, and decisions that can no longer be postponed. And all of this unfolds precisely as Wilfried Nancy moves closer to taking the job in a way that feels increasingly concrete, creating an atmosphere of urgency and tension around the club. Information coming from sources close to Celtic indicates that the club are very close to concluding negotiations with Wilfried Nancy, the Columbus Crew manager, who now appears almost certain to take charge on a permanent basis, even though it remains unclear whether he will arrive in time for the match against Feyenoord. The expectation, however, is that he will be on the touchline for the weekend clash with Hibernian, marking the beginning of a new chapter. And with his arrival imminent, an immediate problem lands on his desk. 3 essential positions must be reinforced as soon as the January window opens if Celtic are to maintain competitiveness. The first is centre-back, where the long-term absence of Cameron Carter-Vickers represents a harsh and unexpected blow, as his leadership, physical presence and defensive reading are fundamental to any system. Liam Scales and Austin Trusty have been holding the line, but the margin for safety is minimal, and any additional injury could spark a structural collapse. The situation worsens with the fact that Jarmai Simpson-Pusey, on loan from Manchester City, has barely featured since arriving, which increases the need for an immediate signing. On the right side, the issue repeats itself with the prolonged absence of Alistair Johnston, whose energy and consistency have become indispensable since his arrival in Glasgow. Anthony Ralston and young Colby Donovan have managed the position, but again the risk is enormous should another injury happen before January. And finally, the most delicate concern lies in attack. Johnny Kenny was forced into a central role unexpectedly and, just when he seemed ready to step up, a serious injury rules him out for 5 months. Daizen Maeda can play as a 9, but there is a real possibility of his departure in January, as reported by Fabrizio Romano. This leaves the forward line without a reliable focal point, even with the arrival of Iheanacho and the early opportunities given to Callum Osmond, meaning that a striker becomes an absolute priority for the incoming manager. With so many sectors on high alert, the list of urgent needs awaiting Wilfried Nancy is heavy and demanding, requiring quick decisions in the very first days of the window. Celtic know that any delay could cost points and compromise the team's balance at a crucial moment in the season. Your engagement is essential, so leave your thoughts in the comments and say which positions you believe are most urgent to resolve in January.